Hello and welcome to another exciting book review, and today I'm going to be reviewing A Good Girl's Bad Blood. So this is the second book in the series from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Let's see what the blurb says. Pip Fitz-Amobi is not a detective anymore. The true crime podcast about the murder case she solved last year has gone viral. Yet Pip insists her investigating days are behind her. But she'll have to go back on her word when someone close to her goes missing and the police can't do anything about it. If they won't investigate, then Pip will, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. But will she find the answers before the time runs out? Okay, so Pip has finally investigated the first book of the murder of Andy Bell. She's got another case on her hands when one of her friends goes missing, and one of her friends is called Jamie. And Jamie is Connor's older brother, which is one of Pip's closest friends. And Pip insists to Connor, my investigating times are over. I discovered way too much. I don't want to discover anymore. But Connor pleads with her, saying, "Please, Pip, he's my brother." But Pip goes to the police and says that this is the police's job. They need to deal with it. But the police says, "Jamie's an adult. Adults go missing all the time. It's not a case for us." So Pip goes back on her word and says, "Fine, I'll help." And also Jamie's mum, Joanna, is also part of the investigation. So Pip goes over Connor and Joanna's house to find out what happened to Jamie. And Jamie's dad, Mr. Reynolds, he doesn't believe that Jamie is going to stay missing forever, because it's not the first time that Jamie has run away. He just thinks, oh, it's just one of those Jamie things, that he's just gone, run away. It has nothing to do with me, and he kind of just stays out of it. But Joanna and Connor are convinced that Jamie is missing and that he won't come back unless anyone finds him. And Pip has to make another podcast also for saying the investigation of Jamie Reynolds, who has gone missing, which the police don't bother to have a look into the case or anything. So Pip takes matters into her own hands, besides when she said that she was not going to investigate anymore. Despite that, she still goes for it and tries to find where Jamie is. So also, in the book, Ravi and Pip are now together. They're both in a relationship. And I think you were bound to see that this was going to happen with how well they were getting on. If you haven't read the first book, I would encourage you not to watch this video right now. I'd say stop it right now before I spoil something. Sal was innocent, and Pip and Ravi go to Sal and Andy's memorial, and Kara's dad ends up being guilty for the murder of Sal, and Kara doesn't really feel like she should be at the memorial because of what her dad did, but Ravi was so forgiving and said, "It's fine, it's not your fault. You didn't know that your dad did this." And Kara still feels really guilty about it, and she's struggling in her life too. But Pip helps her, and they have these films that they watch together right at the same time. They video call and they click the film right at the same time, and she watches it with Kara so Kara could go to sleep, because Kara had a lot going on her mind, and I bet Naomi did too. She just wasn't sleeping, and she was staying with her grandparents, and she just wasn't having the best time. But Pip, as her best friend, was always there for her. Now, there's also a thing with Pip's other friends, Lauren and Ant, and they don't turn out to be very helpful in this book. They're just together, and they don't really care much about Pip's podcast or anything, and they're not exactly being very great friends. But Pip is convinced that Jamie is missing and he's not going to come back. Pip finds some very interesting things along the way. She discovers that Jamie is messaging a mystery girl called Layla, and she thinks Layla has something to do with his disappearance. And I won't spoil any more. You could find out, read the book for yourself. But I will say that this book had me quite hooked. I will say the language is a bit much. Again, I guess I was kind of expecting it since I did read the other book. But my friend lent me this book because I didn't have the second book, and I really wanted to read more of it because I really quite like murder mystery and stuff, and I just think it's really good. But I really hope that you enjoyed this book. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell below, and you'll never miss another episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.